Good. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining. A very warm good evening to each one of you. So here, like we'll be discussing more in detail about US CPA as a career choice, what all benefit you have for choosing your career as a US CPA, and what all you can say job stream, professional stream, domains in which you can work, and what all opportunities we have in market, and then more importantly, what all kind of support we provide in the entire journey from start of your education to getting a right placement or starting your own business. Right. Without wasting much of your time, I'll directly jump into the small PPT which we have. So how we gonna do in this next couple of minutes, maybe around like 50 minutes, I'll be running through the PowerPoint presentation in which I'll be showing through like what is US CPA, why one should think about doing US CPA, how you can do US CPA, what all things we will be providing you as a nuts, bolts, and support during this journey. And as we all are Indian, we are more curious to know about what is the overall cost about it. So, like through this small presentation, which we're gonna through like maybe next 50 minutes, I'll walk you through all the nuts and bolts at a deep level to the extent possible in one go. That will definitely help you resolving all your questions, doubts which you have in your mind. More than 80 to 85% question I'll definitely cover through this PowerPoint presentation. But after this or during this PowerPoint presentation, if you have any question or any doubt, feel free to type in the chat box. We'll be having a comfortable time after this presentation to take up all your questions. So don't worry, we'll not miss out any question. As and when any question comes into your mind, please type in the chat box. At the end of the, you can say PowerPoint presentation, we'll be having a comfortable time to take up all your questions. But if any chance we are not able to take up any question, we'll be definitely write you back on the specific query or specific question. In addition to that, after the webinar, you all have like Arisha's number and our office contact detail. You are more than welcome to connect with us for any further query or any further details you want to know about US CPA. Right? So ready to dive in? Cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So 1 second, let me present my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Oh, yes, sir.
Cool. Thank you. Again, a very warm welcome for a US CPA webinar, and thanks a lot for the placement cell of Maitreyi College for helping us and organizing this event. So we are like 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐭𝐚𝐜. Our vision and mission, like we said, is one globe, one education. For that, actually, we live. And we are partner of Surgeon CPA Review course, which is a US prominent company who is making learning management software for the US CPA course. In next couple of minutes, like I discussed, we're going to cover these 5 key agenda items. These agenda items we have prepared based on the question and answer. Question most of the time we receive from the student. Like generally any candidate, any student come into discussion to know more about US CPA. They have these questions based on like question we got from many participants or many candidates. We thought it's good to have those questions as an agenda item so that it will cover almost 80 to 85% of your basic query around US CPA, why one should think about doing US CPA as their career choice, what is in US CPA means, like who is the governing body, what is the exam, what is the curriculum, all those administrative stuff, and then how I can become a US CPA, whether I'm eligible to do the US CPA or not eligible to do, what I need to do to get eligible myself, and then what are the nuts and bolts to do the CPA exam. And then like naturally the question arises, why I should choose 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐭𝐚𝐜 as my partner in this journey to become a US CPA. And then at the end, we all are Indian. We are more focused about the cost, So in the end, we'll be sharing about the overall cost and what is the timelines you need to pay, how much amount. It's not in a one go, it's in like scattered over the period, right? So directly, without wasting much of your time, I'll directly jump into why one should think about doing US CPA as their career path. To making yourself industry ready, it's been very much important at this arena to have some or the other additional professional qualification, right? Here in this next 45 to 50 minutes, we'll be sharing the light why you can think about US CPA to be your career path. Once you're comfortable and confident that US CPA might be a right career path for you, then next question naturally arises, what is in US CPA, that we'll be discussing after that, and then how you can become a CPA, the overall process and administrative thing about US CPA, and then why in this journey you choose 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐭 as your partner, and then the estimated cost, right? So first thing first, why US CPA as your career path? Couple of reasons to it, but I'll directly share the three main reasons to it. One, this US CPA course has global acceptability. If you see within India, more than 75% of MNCs are US-based MNCs. Whether like if you look at in daily life, how many times you are using the product and services of a US-based company. For example, let's say you're using laptop. It may be Lenovo, it may be Dell, it may be HP, it may be Apple, right? All are US-based company product, So you'll be using mobile. It may be Android-based or iOS-based. They all are US-based company, right? And throughout your days, so many things you might be using for, like from Procter & Gamble, like every day, what soap you use and what shampoo you use, they all are US-based company, right? And if you see like big companies in which many of your friends, family member, or relatives might be working, whether you name it, like EY, PwC, KPMG, Deloitte, Grant Thornton, BDO, Mazar, these all are big consulting company, and they all are US-based company, right? And if you see like Fortune 500, whether it's like Tesla, whether it's Google, whether it's Amazon, whether it's, you can say Apple, they all are US-based company for which you are using the product every day in and day out. And most of your friends, family member, or relatives, I'm sure, might be working in those companies, so that you can correlate what I'm saying is with your experiences. Once you correlate the theory with your experiences, then you appreciate what anyone is saying, or then you're able to learn as well, right? Same way in our classes also, we make sure we make it so easy and so simple through all the example, so that you can easily correlate the things with the practical life, right? Now, you have seen like within India, more than 75% MNCs are US-based MNC. And across the globe, more than 34% MNCs across the globe are US-based MNC. That create a solid market acceptability of any professional who has done US CPA course. So if you want to settle within India, you have a greater acceptability. If you want to settle in US, Canada, Mexico, they all are US CPA company. And if you want to settle, for example, in Middle East or Europe or Australia or New Zealand, there also more than 34% of MNCs are US-based MNC. So that create a global acceptability of this program. Second thing is international career. By doing a US CPA, you can work in good MNC, which is a US-based MNC. At the same time, you can do your own practice as well. And it's not required to do a practice. You need to be settled in US. You can do your US CPA practice sitting here in India, anywhere across the globe. There is no residential requirement to do a US CPA practice. So this will give you an opportunity if you want to do job. It will give you opportunity to work in MNC, as well as it will give you an opportunity as well as authority to do your own business, to do your own practice as well. And at this moment, this course is in highest demand in the world and has very, very high growth potential. Why this course is in highest demand and has high growth potential? One reason is the US CPA body, which is AICPA. How in India we have Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, which is like the institute body for the Chartered Accountant in India. Same way in US, the body name is AICPA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountant. They have memorandum of recognition with many countries like US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, Ireland, Scotland. These countries, they have memorandum of recognition. That means if you are a US CPA, you do not need to do any additional qualification to get settled in these countries. You would be considered as equivalent CPA of the respective country. And they have memorandum of understanding as well with more than 92 countries across the globe, which are developed countries across the globe. So memorandum of recognition says like, if you are a US CPA, you would be considered as Canadian CPA as well. If you are a US CPA, you would be considered as an Australian CPA as well. And memorandum of understanding says, if you are a US CPA, you will be getting equal recognition as their local degree of the respective country, right? So they have memorandum of understanding with almost European countries, Middle East company, countries and many Asia and South Asia countries as well, right? So that's how it make it globally acceptable, as well as it has global market where you can get settled in it. And best thing is it has only and only 4 exams to pass. It's not like how in India we have professional exam where you need to sit for like 20 or 20 plus exam. It has only 4 exams, no internship required. You can easily crack all these 4 exams in 6 to 12 months. It's not 3-year course, it's not 4-year course, it's not required like foundation, intermediate or final. It's just one level, 4 exam, easily can be done in 6 to 12 months. And you know, if you are a US CPA and you want to get settled in Canada, you know, and you want to do your own practice in Canada, you just need to showcase your document to the Canadian CPA authority that you are a US CPA, and within 24 hours, you will get Canadian CPA license as well. You know, kind of buy one, get one completely free. So if you're planning to settle in Canada, Australia, Mexico, US, that means this is the best degree for you. And if you want to settle in India, you have like more than 75% MNCs in India are US-based MNCs, and we provide 100% placement support for all candidates who do US CPA with us. That means if you want to settle in India, we take care of your professional responsibility to get a good job. So we provide 100% placement support to all our students in India. And maybe in times to come, we will help you to get settled in Canada, Australia, and many different countries as well, right? So this is like a bird view, why one should think about choosing the US CPA as their career path. It's the shortest course in the world, entire world. You will not see that much shortest course which will give that much greater global acceptability as well as greater global market presence. You know, that make this course is the highest demanding course and highest growth course. You know, most of you who are listening here are like commerce background student. I'm sure like 11th and 12th you might have done in commerce, first year, second year, most of you are also commerce student. We all understand like economy, you know, when demand is high and supply is low, the prices automatically go high. We all know demand supply rule, you know, equilibrium. You all might have learned in economics in your 11th standard, 12th standard, or in your graduation. Same applies here. I'll tell you the number why I'm saying so. You know, in the next 3 years in Indian market require more than 100,000 CPA. That means more than 1 lakh CPA is being required in next 3 to 4 years. You know, on an average, Indian market is producing 3,500 to 4,000 CPA every year. Such a huge gap between the supply and demand. So you can imagine how early you do CPA and how early you can get settled in a good MNC, or you can do your own practice. You know, if you push it later, then supply will automatically increase and demand will go down, then equilibrium at different point. You know, at this moment, demand is very low and demand is very high and supply is very low. That means there is 100% acceptability in the market who is doing US CPA at this moment at a right price as well. You know, but later on, like as volume increase, if you have seen in history, earlier engineers were so much valued. You know, nowadays we all know. Earlier, when this MBA came in the picture, there was huge demand for the MBA and huge pay package for the MBA. Now we all know, you know, it's nothing to say, nothing to degrade any profession, but that's how market actually works. You know, when you have bundle of supply and you have less demand, the price automatically go down. But when you have limited supply, but demand is high, it automatically gives you a right job, right opportunity, right pay package. That's the reason I'm forcing here to give a deep thought why you should think about choosing US CPA as your career path, right? So moving on to the next slide, these all are like Prometric Center in India where you can sit for the exam. So nearest to, if you are living in Delhi NCR area, nearest to you is in Gurgaon in sector 48 Sona Road. And then we have examination center in Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, and Trivandrum. If you guys are from like different cities or different states, so these all are locations where you can sit for the exam. And now in this slide, you can see all the companies. There's a long list of companies who hire US CPA, but like whatever the maximum can fit in a slide, we thought to put here. And now if you look at the accounting firm, Deloitte, EY, PwC, KPMG, Grant Thornton, Video. If you see, like in your college, check out with your, like, you can say senior, or check out with your pass out student when like campus placement come in your college. Most of the company who comes in your college for the campus placement of commerce graduate is Deloitte, EY, PwC, KPMG, Grant Thornton, Video, Mazar, right? And what they do after their, like once they take the selection, then what next step they do? They go for US CPA or ACCA, right? That's how they're choosing their career path. You can vouch this within your college by discussing with your seniors. And I'm sure many of your senior friend, family member, and relatives would be working in these companies. If I say accounting company, I've already shared so many names. In the financial service company, Bank of America, American Express, Goldman Sachs, MetLife, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, BNP, Barclays, McKinsey. You all might have heard this name. Some of your friends, family member, I'm sure might be working in this financial services company. They hire so many CPAs every year. Like each company had more than 1,000 CPAs in a year, to be very honest with you. And if you look at like Fortune 500 companies, other than like public accounting firm or financial services firm, we have like S&P, Capgemini, HP, Adobe, Amazon, Apple, Caterpillar, Coca-Cola, FedEx, Facebook, Tesla, Honeywell, Uber, IBM. They all are US-based company. Google, JLL. If you see the history, last 1.5 years, Google has opened up their second largest office in India. Same way, Amazon has opened up their second largest office in India, right? Same way, considering this COVID situation, so many companies from China is moving their production house, their offshore center in India, right? If you have seen like last quarter only, Tesla has made more than $10 billion investment setting up a new EV plant for their EV car in India, right? Same way in last year, you might have heard that Facebook has made more than $10 billion investment alongside with the Jio. You've seen like so much FDIs are coming in India, and these all are company required US CPA to run their overall financials, to run their businesses, to run their internal control environment, to manage their overall corporate governance. We'll be coming to that, what all domains you would be working after doing a US CPA. But I'm sure through these 3 slides, which we have shared so far with you, you can correlate what I'm saying with your experiences and with your friends, family member, or relatives who would be working in this direction, right? So if you have any question why I should think about choosing US CPA as my career path, feel free to type in chat box before we jump into the next agenda item. Cool. So moving on to the next point, now we understand why I should think about choosing US CPA as my career path. So next question naturally arises in the mind of student or candidate is, what is US CPA? Like, who is governing body? What all expertise I'll be getting? What all authorities I'll be getting after doing a US CPA? What all domains I would be working, right? What is the curriculum in it? What is the exam pattern? How the ranking is happening? How the scoring is happening? So in next couple of slides, we'll be discussing all those questions. What is in US CPA, right? First of all, the governing body, like how in India, we have Institute of Chartered Accountant to govern the Chartered Accountant in India. Same way in US, we have American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, who is the main governing body, right? In addition to that, excuse me. Yeah. Can you please remove whosoever is doing this yellow lines? Okay, so second governing body is State Board of Accountancy. So State Board of Accountancy is being for administrative purpose. So all your, you can say admission or you can say results and licensing would be done through the State Board of Accountancy. But overall governing body is American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, who would be taking your evaluation, who would be taking your examination, and who would be providing like results to you in future. So that's an AICPA. And what all things you will be learning by doing a US CPA? One, you will be getting an expertise in US GAAP and IFRS. So US GAAP are US generally accepted accounting principle, and IFRS are International Financial Reporting Standard. How in India we use Indian Accounting Standard, same way in US for preparation of the financial statement, they use US generally accepted auditing principle. Or across the globe, other than US, most of the countries are using International Financial Reporting Standard. That means this is the only course which will give you expertise to be accounting domain across the globe. Because like if you see Indian Accounting Standard, they are based on IFRS. If you see European Accounting Standard, they are IFRS. If you see Australian, New Zealand, and many other countries, Middle East, they all are IFRS based accounting standard. Only US use US GAAP. That means by doing this course, you'll be getting expertise of US accounting standard as well as across the globe accounting standard. That means this course will make you accounting expert or accounting matter expert for across the globe. This is the only course which will give you, which will cover across the globe accounting matter. Second, if you look at PCOB and AICPA auditing standard, how in India we have Institute of Chartered Accountant who issue auditing standard to audit the private companies in India. Same way AICPA in US, they issue auditing standard to audit the private company of USA. How in India we have SEBI, they issue auditing standard to audit the public company or listed company in India. Same way in US, we have PCOB, Public Company Accounting Oversight Board. They issue auditing standard to audit the public company of US, listed company of US. And these two institutions like PCOB and AICPA as the highest institution across the globe who issue the auditing standard for the US company. And these auditing standard, rest of the globe consider as a benchmark when they draft their own auditing standard. That means you will be learning top-notch auditing standard across the world. That will give you the confidence and comfort to being an auditor of across the globe. Auditor of financial statement, auditor of limited review, auditor of internal controls, right? So this will give you an expertise of world top-notch auditing standard for financial statement audit as well as internal control. Third is SEC rules and regulation. How in India we have SEBI who issue rules and regulation for the public company in India, that how they need to govern the operation in the interest of public, because public money is being invested in this listed company. Same way in US, we have SEC, which is Security Exchange Commission, who issue rules and regulation to the companies who are listed in US stock exchange, that how they need to govern their operation. So these rules and regulation is also like top-notch rules and regulation across the globe. Rest of the countries consider these rules and regulation as the benchmark when they are drafting their own rules and regulation for the public company, for the listed company in their respective country. That means by gaining the understanding of these top-notch rules and regulation, you'll get a comfort how a company operation should be run when it's a listed company. Yeah? That means like what all things need to be considered in audit committee, what all things need to be considered as a corporate governance, what all things you need to be considered as an internal control, what all should be the management responsibility, what all should be the board of director responsibility in a company, in a listed company. So all those rules and regulations, you'll be getting deep understanding in this course. And then last but not the least, but very, very important is US taxation expert. By doing this course, you'll be getting a US taxation expertise. Across the globe, so far in the world, we have less than 57,000 US taxation experts. Can you imagine? In a more than 8 crore population, we have less than 57,000 experts in US taxation, and they are earning in millions of dollars. In India, we have more than 140 crore population. And you will be amazed to know the number. We have less than 9,000 US tax expert in all over India. You see how much less supply we have in India and how much big demand for the US tax courses we have across the globe. It will definitely give you so much boom to your career if you choose to be a US taxation expert. In India, we know for income tax return, normally a CHR 500 to 5,000 rupees. If it is really good, maybe at the max 10,000 rupees. Here for US, it would be minimum starting from $100. It go up to $5,000 as well. You can do the math by multiplying 75, right? So that's a big difference in terms of compensation. All these big four companies, which I said, they have a huge demand of US taxation, and all these MNCs are literally facing so hard to find a US taxation expert in India. So this is, I'm telling you, would be a life changer course for you if you choose to it. And then in terms of gateway, what all things you will be doing, what all domains you would be working by gaining these expertise. You will be doing the job or your own practice in accounting domain, finance domain, auditing domain, international taxation, US taxation, business advisory, forensic, risk management, and many more domains. Many more domains in which you can do your job and you can do your own practice as well. And in future, if you want to do your own practice and wants to take the license, then you get an authority to attest US GAAP financial statement as well as IFRS financial statement under the guidance of AI CPA and PCAOB auditing standard. Right? I know it's a big slide. If you have any question, feel free to type in chat box before I take you to the next slide. Ready to dive? Next slide. Cool. So here is eye opener for you. This is a quick comparison between US CPA, Indian CA, CS, ICWA, or any post-graduation course or MBA program, which generally a commerce student think about after the graduation generally, right? We are not saying any professional course is less than US CPA or more than US CPA. Here, we are just sharing the facts with you. And you all are smart enough to take your own decision. We're not saying one profession is greater than other or one profession is less than other. All professions are equally good. But here in this slide, we are just sharing the facts so that you can take your own wise decision, having all the information in front of you, right? First thing first, like we discussed, opportunity for US CPA are across the globe, because if you see, more than 34% MNCs across the globe are US-based MNC, and within the India, more than 75% MNCs are US-based MNCs. And AICPA has memorandum of recognition with many countries, as well as memorandum of understanding with most of the countries that make it global acceptable. Whereas if you think of doing CA, CS, ICWA, or MBA kind of program, most of the opportunities are in India. If you want to go settle in different part of the world, you need to do some of the other additional qualification in that respective country. If I give you my brief, I have more than 16 years of experience. I've worked almost in 14 states in India and 4 countries in the world. I worked in Dubai, I worked in Nigeria, I worked in Senegal, I worked in US for last 2.5 years. Believe me, wherever in the different part of the world you go, after being an Indian CA or MBA, you need to do some of the other additional qualification to get settled and to get equal salary in that respective world. That's the biggest hurdle I have seen in my life. That's the reason I did my US CPA. right? Second thing is the course duration. We all know MBA is a 2-year program. We all know CA, CS, ICW, it take like 4 to 5 years. But if you see US CPA, it can be easily done in 6 to 12 months. That means it saved like 3 to 4 years of your life, which is a biggest saving on the earth. Any course can do for you. And now, if you see the fourth point, the exam window, we know like for MBA, we have twice in a year, like June and December are generally exam period. For CA, CS, ICWA, May and November, June or December. But US CPA exam happen all 365 days. You can sit for any exam, any day you like it, completely 365 days. So it's not like June and December, November and May. You can sit for any exam, any sequence, any day and any time in the year. And it's not required you need to give all the 4 exams in one go. We highly recommend our student to study 2 months, one subject and give an exam, study 2 months, one subject and give an exam. That's how in 8 to 9 months or 10 months, everyone easily clear all the 4 exams. So it's not required that you need to give accounts first, audit second, and then blah, blah, blah. No, you can give any exam in any sequence. And it's open 365 days. You can give exam morning 9 o'clock. You can give exam afternoon 12 o'clock. You can give exam like late in the afternoon as well. So it's like 365 days, anytime, any day you like it. Except like public holidays and Saturday, Sunday, but it's open throughout the year. And you can fix your exam as per your convenience when you feel your exam ready. This is the most flexible thing on the earth I can imagine, you know. Then next, if you see the average pass percentage, you know, for MBA, almost everyone pass, but you see like on an average, a student end up spending 10 to 20 lakh if you're doing MBA in India. And if you're doing MBA abroad, you end up spending like 40 to 50 or 60 lakh rupees. Everyone get passed, but how much money you're spending to it, right? And then first 2 years, you'll be doing MBA, and next 3 years, we all know how much compensation an MBA get. If you are not from top 10 B school, then on an average compensation in India is in a range of 3 to 7 lakh rupees. And if you are planning to settle abroad, again, you need to do some of the other additional qualification. That means first 2 years, you are doing MBA, and next 3 to 4 years, you are just repaying what you have invested. Or if you have taken the loan, you are just repaying the loan, right? So next, like it gives you like 3 to 4 years or 5 years to get out of all these things, you know. Same way in case of CA, CS, ICW. Like average passing percentage, we all know in a range of 5 to 10%. You know, if 100 students sit for the exam, 5 to 10 pass in one go. And that again in 6-month exam window. You know, whereas if you see US CPA, national average pass percentage is 50 to 55%. That means if 100 students sit for the exam, 50 to 55 pass in one go. That means it is 9 to 10 times easier than CA, CS, and ICWA. And if you see in terms of compensation, if you are not a rank holder of CA, then average compensation for chartered accountant in India is in a range of 5 to 10 lakh rupees. And if he or she wants to go and get settled abroad, then he or she need to do some or the other additional qualification in the respective country, right? Whereas for US CPA within India, starting package is 7 to 10 lakh rupees, which we also help you getting there. We provide you the placement support to get at least 7 to 10 lakh rupees of CTC after doing a US CPA in just 6 to 12 months, right? And if you're planning to settle in US, the fresher CPA package is in a range of $55,000 to $70,000. That means 45 to 50 lakh rupees. Same if you want to settle in Canada, the fresher CPA package in Canada is in the range of 60,000 Canadian dollar to 75,000 Canadian dollar, in a range of 45 to 50 lakh rupees. If you want to settle in Middle East, Australia, Europe somewhere, then on an average, a fresher starting package is in a range of 50,000 US dollar to 70,000 US dollar. That is in a range of 40 to 50 lakh rupees. So you can see how much low opportunity cost you have by doing a US CPA compared to CA, CS, ICWA or MBA or any other program you might be thinking of. These all are like factual things. You can vouch it, you can experience it, you can discuss with any other colleague, friends, and family member. These are exactly the factual things which we are sharing with you. And now you all are very wise to take your right career path, whether you want to do US CPA, CA, CS, ICWA, MBA, or any other program. And I'm repeating one more thing. If you are a US CPA wants to settle in Canada, within 24 hours, you'll be getting a Canadian CPA license without giving any exam. You just need to submit your document, pay the fees, and get the license. Any question on this heavy slide? Feel free to type in chat box. I'm sure these two are like heavy slides. Will take time to digest, but I'm sure these would be eye-opener for you as well. Right. Moving on to the next one. If you have any question, feel free to type in chat box. Next is, so far we understand why I should think about doing US CPA. We understand what is the governing body, what is like other options available for me after my BCom. Now next, jumping into exam pattern. What is the course subject? We all the time are saying 4 subjects, right? So what all 4 subjects are? What is the curriculum? What is the exam pattern? So in this slide, we'll be discussing all those things. The 4 subjects, you have financial accounting and reporting, which is your accounting section. Second, you have auditing and attestation. Third, you have regulation. Regulation is 30% of your, you can say, ethics and corporate law, and 70% is US taxation. And then fourth, you have business, environment, and concept. So if you see financial financial accounting and reporting, it's 80 to 85% same what you have learned in your graduation or what you are learning in your graduation. Auditing and attestation is also 80 to 85% same what you have learned in 11th, 12th, and you are learning in your graduation. Only 15 to 20% is different, which is Indian auditing standard or Indian accounting standard different than US auditing standard and US accounting standard. That's the only difference you would be feeling in these two areas, but almost you can easily gauge when you start studying in it. Third is business, environment, and concept is 100% same, almost 100% same what you have learned in 11th standard, 12th standard, and what you are learning in your commerce graduation. It's more than 95% same what you are learning or what you have learned in past. The only new things comes on your way is the regulation. Within the regulation also 30% is almost same which you have learned in your 11th, 12th, and in your graduation, which is your corporate law as well as the ethics area. Only 70% which is the US taxation. US taxation is completely different than Indian taxation. That would be something new you would be getting exposure here. So it's not as difficult, to be very honest, and I'm sure more than 80% of the course you would be knowing when you start. Only you need to do additional effort for regulation and additional 15 to 20% effort on rest of the 3 subjects, and you will be getting a professional degree of a US CPA. And in the world, US CPA is called as black belt in accounting and auditing. And now coming to the exam pattern, like 50% of your exam would be multiple choice question and 50% would be simulation. Simulation would be, if I say in terms of accounting, they give you a trial balance and then they will ask you to calculate make the profit and loss account or make the income statement or make the balance sheet or make the cash flow. So that kind of simulation exam. Multiple choice question, we all know there would be 1 question, 4 option to it. You need to select the best answer. Those kind of Q&A you would be having an exam. And to pass the individual exam, you require 75 score. That's the big thing, but not the hard. If you see, more than 55% people pass in one go. 75 might be seems higher number, but actually it's not that difficult to get there. If 100 people are sitting in exam and more than 55 are passing in one go, that means it's not that difficult to get to 75. And the oral exam is of 4 hours, and in that you'll be getting a 15-minute break. Right? Any question or doubt here on exam pattern? Feel free to type in chat box. Cool. So moving on to the next agenda item. This is our third agenda item. So far we have covered why one should think about doing a US CPA as a career path. Then we discuss about what is US CPA, overall governing body, what all expertise you'll be getting, what all domains you'll be going into it, and what is the overall exam pattern. Now, how you can become a US CPA, what all things you need to become a US CPA. So this is a process for that. First, CPA is a post-graduation course. So first you have to have at least 3 years of your graduation done in the commerce stream. So that is mandatory to have a BCom graduation, whether it's BCom pass or BCom honors, right? So once you are done with 3 years of graduation, then you are eligible to sit for the US CPA exam. To sit for the US CPA exam required 120 credit. So 120 credit, each year of your graduation will give you 30 credit. That means you'll be getting a 90 credit of your graduation. Then there are a couple of boards which include Guam State Board. They give advanced credit. That means you need to take an admission in MCOM after your graduation, and you need to submit the document that you have taken the admission in MCOM or MBA, whatever you want to do. And through that, they will give you advanced credit, so that you can sit for the exam after your BCom, right? So for sitting for the exam, you will be requiring 120 credit, 90 credit you gain from your graduation. And after that, you can apply for the MCOM or MBA program, whatever you want to do in the life. And then you need to send a declaration to the Guam State Board to get the advanced credit of 30 or 60, whatever is short for you to sit for the exam, right? Then once you get the 120 credit, then you are eligible to sit for the exam. So what all things you need to do for that? First, you need to take the transcript from your Delhi University for your graduation. Second, you need to get the transcript evaluated through NASBA, which is examination body of AICPA. Third, after that, you need to send the declaration for the enrollment to the US State Board of Accountancy, that is your Guam State Board of Accountancy, for which you are being eligible to sit for the exam, right? So that is the process of admission process. All this process will take on an average 4 to 5 months, to be very honest. So we highly recommend you can start your study in your 3rd year of your graduation. So that alongside with your 3rd year of graduation, you'll be studying the course along with your 3rd year of graduation, and immediate after that, you can plan to sit for the exam. So that means you do not need to wait for study again. You just need to revise and start sitting for the exam by taking like 1 month break, 15 days break, 20 days break, whatsoever you feel comfortable for your individual exam, right? So that after the graduation in 4 or 5 months, you are done with your CPA, right? So examination process, you need to start study for the US CPA. For that, you need to take online classes or live classroom study, as well as learning management software, which we'll be sharing in next slide, the details, what all you will be getting in the learning management software. The next is you need to schedule your exam, which is like now happening in India as well, all the 365 days. And each exam you need to clear with more than 75 score. And last point here to keep in mind is 18-month passing window. The day you clear your first exam, from that day to next 18 months, you need to clear rest of your 3 exams. That is called 18-month passing window. Otherwise, your first exam will lapse. So I'll illustrate through an example. For example, you sit for first exam. Well, a candidate has sit for the first exam, let's say in January 22. And the candidate has cleared first exam in January 22, right? Second exam, candidate planned to sit in June 22. And candidate has cleared the second exam in June 22. And third exam, candidate planned to sit in December 22. And luckily, candidate has cleared the third exam as well in June 22. Same way, the candidate has planned his fourth exam in June 23. And unfortunately, this time candidate failed. So what will happen now? Like the day you clear, the day candidate has cleared the first exam, which is January 22, from that day to 18 months, that means till June 23, the candidate has to clear rest of the 3 exams. The candidate has cleared 2 exams, second and third, but unfortunately, he or she has not cleared the 4th exam. Then what will happen? That first exam, which the candidate has cleared in January 22, will get lapsed. And next exam 18-month window will start from the June 22, the day candidate has cleared second exam. That means from June 22 to December 23, the candidate need to clear rest of the 2 exams. One which is failed and one which is lapsed. So that is how this rolling window actually works. Any doubt on this process, how to become a US CPA? First, you need to complete your graduation. With the 3rd year of graduation, you can start studying CPA. And after the graduation, you need to do transcript, evaluation and admission process. And immediate after that, you can start sitting for the exam by taking 15 days, 20 days or 30-day gap for each individual exam. That's how, like after your graduation, in 4, 5, 6 months, you can clear all the 4 exams. Any doubt here or any question? Okay. In future, if you want to take license, there are few other things which you need to keep in mind, but that would be at very later stage. But if you need more information, feel free to connect with Arisha or myself after this webinar to know more about licensing as well. Now, so far we covered 3 agenda items. Why you should think about doing US CPA as your career path, what is in US CPA, and how to become a US CPA. Now, why you should think about choosing 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐭𝐚 as your partner in this journey. 3 main reasons. One is the learning management software which we provide will be the unlimited access until you pass. That means in the learning management software, you'll be getting 24/7 access for 350 plus US professor pre-recorded videos, electronic book, around 8,000 multiple choice question to practice, more than 400 simulation to practice, and unlimited mock test. This is in the learning management software, which is Sargent CPA review. For this, you will be getting unlimited access until you pass. No one in India provide unlimited access other than us. So that is a unique thing which we provide to our student. It's not like most of the other, you can say, course provider, they give access for 12 months, 18 months, or at the max 24 months. But no one will provide you access for until you pass your US CPA other than us. So we provide the learning management software access to you for 24/7 until you pass all the 4 exams of your US CPA. And in this learning management software, you'll be getting US professor pre-recorded video, electronic book, multiple choice questions, simulation, as well as mock test, unlimited, right? In addition to that, we also provide you the live classes as well as classroom training. So we have our academy in Satyaniketan, very much close to your college. So feel free to jump in anytime you like it. It's like your own academy. So we provide the live classes in the academy as well as that's a live session. So if you want to take the class from home, so you can take the access to the Zoom as well for the live classes. So live classes are on Saturday, Sunday. It will not hurt your normal routine of your college and other life. So normally we teach the classes on Saturday, Sunday, and it will give you opportunity to collaborate and enhance your professional network. Because in classes, you will be seeing like people like you who are in 3rd year of graduation, people who are just graduated, people who are MBA, people who are CA, CS, ICWA, they are working in different MNCs as well. So it will help you in building your strong professional network as well. You know, that eventually help you in future getting a right job or doing your own practice. So within the classroom, the benefit is that you'll be getting a strong professional network in addition to the classroom study. right? And that all also we provide unlimited access. It's not like if you have missed one class, you will not getting the access in another class. We share the recording with you. If, for example, like any batch is going on, and if you have missed any class, 1 or 2 class for any personal reason or any professional reason, we'll be sharing the recording of that class with you so that before coming to the next class, you are up speed what has been taught in the last class, right? In addition to that, for example, for any reason you have studied the entire batch, but later on you have given some gap and you want to study again, we'll not charge you again for that. So that provide you unlimited access for the classroom study as well as learning management software. And then in terms of payment also, we give you 5 days free trial of the learning management software, completely free of cost. And then we have both bundle program as well as separate purchase option also, and the EMI option for the payment plan as well. So if you want to take EMI option, we have flexible payment plan for 3 months to 24 months based on the credit card company which you have the credit card, right? And if you want to start with one subject, you can buy the one subject learning management software and one subject class as well. Do not need to pay all the 4 subject learning management software in one go, all the classes for in a one go. So you have both the options, bundle option as well as individual class option. In addition to that, we provide you mentor support as well as counselor support. As we have seen, the journey of becoming a US CPA has lots of nuts and bolts. How to get transcript, how to get that evaluated, how to get enroll yourself, how to get notice to schedule, right? They all are new words and new things for us. For that, we have a dedicated team of like counselor who will be helping you throughout this administrative process, will be hand-holding you throughout this process to make your journey very smooth. In addition to that, we'll be sharing the contact details of the professor who would be teaching you the respective subject so that later on when you're studying, if you're stuck with any query, you can reach out to your professor for any query or any doubt. And on the top of it, we provide 100% free placement support. So these are the reason why you should think choosing 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐭 as your partner in the journey of USC. Any question here before I jump into the next slide? Cool. Next slide are a couple of credentials of Surgeon. Surgeon is in the, you can say, top brand of US, who is making the learning management software for the CPA, CMA, enroll agent, data analytics, CIA, and CISA. And we teach all these 6 courses in India. We are like their partner for the Pan India. And if you see, these all university, like they are partnered with more than 100 university in US, and like some of the top university are in front of you who are like partner of Surgeon in US. Same way, Surgeon is also partnered with more than 200 MNCs in US. They are learning management partner for these companies. So I'm sure you might have seen all this big name in India as well. So this show like how strong and how good the learning management software and how strong and good the content would be, which you'll be getting in the learning management software as well as in the book. And all the professor would be teaching you the course are experienced senior manager and the director from the Big 4 company. And they have strong professional, you can say strong practical experience as well as theoretical knowledge. On the top of that, a strong professional network to help you getting the right placement, right? So now moving on to the last slide, that's the estimated cost. The estimated cost for the learning management software is 69,900, and the tuition fees for all the 4 subjects for the live classes is 29,000 rupees. So total cost would be 98,900, which you need to pay to the 𝐂𝐨𝐺. And in addition to that, for your evaluation, for your enrollment, for your examination, there would be additional costs around like 2 lakh rupees. So on an average, the total cost would be 2,92,000 if you take learning management software as well as live classes. And if you take only learning management software and you want to do your self-study, it will save 29,000 and total cost would be 2,63,000 rupees. And it would be like spread over the year. It's not like immediately you need to pay. For that, you can take the bank loan if you want. We have EMI option as well. And you can take like individual exam as well, right? So all these flexible payments plans we have. Now, if you have any question, feel free to type in chat box. These all are contact details. We have our Delhi office, which like we have Arisha, who is our education counselor. You can save her number. I'm sure most of you already have her number. And if you are from Bangalore, Chandigarh, Mumbai, we have our branch in Bangalore. We have our branch in Chandigarh. We have our branch in Mumbai. These all are like our branch heads in the respective location. You can save their contact number as well. Right. So now we can take all your question and answer.
Thank you so much, Kamal sir. I'm sure you all must be having a lot of questions. So to begin with, I'll take up first Gurleen's question. So she has a question: does ICAI has MOU with US CPA?
No, sorry, no, they don't have.
So hope that answers your question, Gurleen. Harnisha has a question that what is the average job package one can expect for after clearing the US CPA exam?
Yeah, 7 to 10 lakh in India, $55,000 to $75,000 in US, $50,000 to $70,000 in Canada, and like different part of the world. That's like national average starting package for a US CPA.
We hope that answers your questions, Harnisha. Then Akshi has a question. In without live classes, is there a provision for doubt classes?
That you can directly reach out to the surgeon. So we will give you the email ID. If you have any doubt, you can write to them, and you can have expert session. They provide expert session as well, around like 30 minutes, I think.
So hope, Akshi, that answers your question. Gurleen has another question: difference between ACCA and US CPA.
Yeah, ACCA, like it has around like 13 exams. You know, it will take on an average like 2.5 to 4 years, whereas like US CPA has only 4 exams. It can be easily done in like 6 to 12 months. It will save like at least 2 years of your life. So and they both are equally recognized in India, as well as ACCA is more recognized in European nation, but in India, they both are like almost equally recognized.
Okay, so Sonika has a question. How can we connect with you, sir, in case we find any problem during the course?
Yeah, so I'll be your coach. You'll be getting my contact number. You'll be getting my email ID, everything. So anything, once you sign up, you'll be getting like, we have separate like our group in which like all the students are there. So I'm also there. So we can have like direct connection and direct relation. And every Saturday, Sunday, most of the time I'll be teaching you.
And apart from that, Kamal sir is going to drop his LinkedIn ID as well. You can always connect with sir. He's also the director for MSME, Bharat and Forums. So anything apart from the course as well, I'm sure he's going to be great.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. So yeah, I'm also like Director International Relation for the North America region in MSME and Startup Forum Bharat, where I take care of US, Canada and Mexico market, and correlation and increasing like overall trade between India, US, Canada and Mexico. For that, like I'm being responsible in the forum.
Ananya has a question of what software will be taught during the course for the exam?
It's Surgeon Learning Management software. Sorry, I didn't, maybe like if you can like rephrase your question specifically.
Ananya, you could unmute and ask as well.
Right. So in one of the slides, it was mentioned that, you know, a software would be trained. So I'm a bit confused specifically like which software, because SAP is there and, you know,
no, sorry. Yeah, I got your point. It's a learning management software. In US, like people don't study in live classes or classroom. They buy the learning management software and they do their self-study. But being Indian student, we are more comfortable and used to with the live classes, face-to-face classes or Zoom classes. You know, so in addition to learning management software, in which you'll be having a US professor pre-recorded video, you'll be having electronic book, you'll be having all the multiple choice question, you'll be having all the simulation and mock test. So that would be in learning management software. Maybe I can send you the link of like one YouTube video which I made on learning management software, so that you can see what exactly is learning management software. That's like around 20 minutes small video which I shared with my class as well. So you can watch that like 20-minute video to get more comfortable yourself with that learning management software. But the learning management software is of like US product. Right. In addition to that, myself and a couple of other professors like me, we will be giving you the live classes in addition to that. Does that make any sense?
So there is no as such, software expertise to be required to be eligible for US CPA.
No. So it's a learning management software, like how we have Unacademy, Udemy now coming in India, they're online courses kind of thing. So same way, it's a package learning management software for US CPA, which you will be getting through the Sergeant, in which like you will be getting a Sergeant, like Sergeant US professor will be teaching the respective subject, their video record and their electronic book, multiple choice question simulation and mock test.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other question we have?
Yes, Harnisha has another question. If you could explain the 120 credit point system to her.
Yeah, 120 credit point is like for the commerce graduation. Like in US, the commerce graduation is of 4 years. Like all the graduation is of 4 years. So every year of graduation, they get 30 credit. And this CPA is actually a post-graduation course. So they all get eligible by getting a 120 credit. But in India, we have graduation of 3 years. So 3 years of graduation will give 90 credit to us, 30 credit of each year. But there are few state board, which is like Guam State Board, they provide advanced credit to you. That means after doing a graduation, you need to take admission in like MCOM or MBA or any post-graduation diploma program. And then you just need to submit the documents and detail that I have taken the admission and these all are the curriculums. They will give you advanced credit. And then you are eligible to sit for the exam. But after completing first exam of your US CPA, within 18 months, you need to clear your like whatsoever the you can say submission or declaration you have given to the board. Does that make sense or you need more clarification?
We hope, Harnisha, we could answer that question. For any more clarifications, of course, we could connect one-on-one as well post the session. Shagun has a question. What are the timings of the class?
Timings are 11 to 4.
Okay.
On Saturday and Sunday.
And the last one is from Piyush, that do you follow Becker's study material?
They all like study material, all are equally good, to be very honest with you. I'm not saying Baker is better or Sargent is better or any other is better, to be very honest with you. They all have made the study material based on the blueprint issued by the AICPA. In US, there are 5-6 companies. It's not only Baker, not only Sargent. There are a couple of more companies also who make like learning management software. But they consider the US AICPA blueprint as the base. So like how in India, like there are different authors for the different book. In your graduation, you might be learning from 𝐤𝐴𝐺, you might be learning VG, same way, like different author for the different books and different way of teaching, but all baseline is same.
So we hope that answers your question, Piyush. Akshay has a question. Is there any minimum gap that we have to keep between giving 2 exams?
No, not at all. No gap required. If you are comfortable, you can sit like one by one. We generally recommend like maybe do 2 months study for one exam, 1 month study, and then it's not required to sweat yourself. It's not required to burn yourself. Like how Indian education system we have professional, like in all the 4 day you need to sit continuously exam. You can take your comfortable leave.
So we hope that answers your question. Mukul has a question. Is there any regulation on doing MCOM? Like, is it compulsory to do regular or we can do it as open learning?
Correspondence. It's not required to do regular. It's only they should have accounting auditing, finance, and taxation subjects.
Well, any other questions? If you have, you could drop in the chat box, or we could, of course, connect one-on-one for an afterthought. Okay,
I've shared my LinkedIn profile as well. You guys can connect with me.
Sure.
Yeah.
And there's somebody asking about a feedback form.
Yeah, for sure. Like maybe like Monday, we can share the feedback form with you. Also we are planning to have like participant certificate for you, right? So both the things like Monday we can roll out for you.
Any other questions, dear participants?
Cool. Hope this session is helpful or informative for you guys.
Sir, your LinkedIn profile is being directly shared with me, so you need to share it with everyone because it's not visible for everyone, I guess.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Now there you go. Cool. Okay, so I think with this we can close. Arisha.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And we hope we're going to be quite fruitful for you for your journey that you plan ahead of pursuing the CPA. I can see a little question that has just popped in. Is it compulsory to do BCom if a student is doing graduation from another stream? So what should be done in this situation?
Yeah, I know, because they consider like accounting, auditing, costing, taxation credit, to get the 90 credit, which majorly coming from like commerce graduation. It's a post-graduation course for commerce, but we have another courses as well, like CMA, which is Certified Management Accountant. Like how in India we have ICWA. For CMA, it's only 2 exams, which can be done in like 4 to 6 months easily. That is also we teach. In addition to that, we have Enroll Agent course, which is a US taxation expert course. That has only 1 exam. It can be easily done in like 3 to 4 months. And we have like data analytics course. We have CIA course. We have CISA course, which can be done by an other stream member also.
So we hope that answers your question, Sakshi. So thank you so much, everyone. I'll drop in my number again for any further queries. And again, thank you for spending your Saturday evening with us. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you, Ashika, and all the fathers in placement cell.
Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful insights. And we have gained a lot of knowledge from today's session. And we thank the attendees as well for their patience and for attending the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.